Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for our very first wellness chat for our DietBet. My name is Dan Ekblad, and I'm going to be your host and wellness coach for this. And joining me is my wife, Jen. And Jen is on the other side. She is not only my wife, but she's also the technical support because, I'm trying to manage all this stuff, Zoom and PowerPoint all at one time. So she's hopefully going to help us out with that as well too, and she's also the facilitator of the DietBet for us as well too. So thanks for joining us, and hopefully we'll find some information to be able to help you shed a few pounds and share some lifestyle tips to be able to not only when you lose that weight, you're going to be able to help keep it off because you're doing it in a manner that's going to be healthy and long lasting as well too. So let's kind of get right into what we're doing here, and I'm going to share our PowerPoint, and there it is. Let's do this. So let's go introductions. My wife Jen, and she is not only a certified personal trainer, she's also a certified weight management specialist, and she is also the marketing and communications director for Improve Health and Wellness. She also works in the marketing department at the University of Wisconsin. So she has been along with me along the struggles that we've had for our health and wellness and everything along the way too. And so she knows what it's like to lose weight, gain weight, and struggle with it. So and I'm your host for tonight, Dan Ekblad. I am IAWP certified health coach and a master certified health coach through the IAWP. I'm also just completing my second master's certification through Dr. Sears, and I'll be completing my board certification later on this year. I'm the owner of Improve Health and Wellness Coaching. I'm also a corporate wellness practitioner with a corporate wellness company, and travel around quite a bit around the country, working with clients from all over. And this week, because you can see that I have a beautiful background here, I'm actually in really super cold Nebraska, and Jen is in super cold Wisconsin. So I thought I'd give you a little something to think about instead of 14 below. So on tonight's agenda, we're going to be talking about tips for living a healthier lifestyle. We're going to answer some questions from the game feed, and if we have some other questions that are from the people that are here with us tonight, we will answer some of those, open it up for some question and answer to be able to help with answer anybody's questions that's on here tonight. So let's start off with some tips for some healthier lifestyle. So eat lean, eat clean. What does that mean? So eating lean, eating clean. Eating leaner foods, eating less of the fattier kinds of foods. So when we talk about pork and fried foods, we're talking about eating more chicken, fish, turkey, eggs, another one. Actually, even tofu is another great source as well too. Eating those leaner things, but all of these things have protein, even beans and lentils. So we're picking up good sources of protein. Why do we want protein? Because protein helps us to keep us fuller for a longer time period. So having healthy proteins, leaner meats, leaner foods, less fattier foods, so we're filling ourselves up on the right kinds of protein. All right. So that's what it means to eat lean. And then to eat clean. So what I mean by that is eating less processed foods. Just think about this. If it's been pre-packaged, pre-made, it means that it's been preserved. So what's the best preservative for food? Sodium, right? Salt. And so one of the things people ask me, oh, how about those like lean cuisine meals or like pre-packaged, easy microwavable lean meals? You want to lose weight? The best thing you can do is not eat those because they're so loaded with sodium. So when we're trying to lose weight and get rid of the excess water and everything like that with it, just watch our processed foods. Also remember, If you pick up anything, if it's fast, quick, easy, and cheap, usually at a gas station or a fast food place, it's going to be high in fat, high in carbs, high in sodium, and high in calories. And one of the other things about any of those kinds of meals and food that you're going to pick up there, they are going to add a lot of fat to those meals. Why? Well, because fat's delicious. We don't eat bacon for all the meat that runs through it. We eat it because it's fatty and it's yummy, right? So we have to watch that stuff. And also, if you're going to a gas station or a fast food place, none of that food is actually made there. It's reheated there. Most of the time, it's reheated there. So it's been pre-made somewhere else. So it means it's guaranteed it's going to have a lot of extra sodium as well, too. Plus all the other preservatives, things like that. So eating lean, eating clean, make your own food, do that as much as you can on your own. Next thing, hydrate. Get this question all the time. How much water am I supposed to drink? If you can get to half your weight in ounces of water a day, half your weight in ounces of water, that's where you want to be. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you want to try and be averaging about at least 75 ounces of water a day. Now you can always drink a little bit more. Isn't going to kill you. So I always tell the story. Jen and I both used to work for The Biggest Loser, the race series, and we have met and know and have friends with many of the past contestants and stuff. One of the cool things about that is when they used to go to the ranch, those guys used to have to drink their weight in ounces of water. Imagine that. If you remember watching the show, that's a lot of water, right? But they're also working out for 10, 12 hours a day. They're pretty active. And so drink the water, keep yourself full with it. It does help keep you fuller. It helps flush out your system. When you get to half your weight in ounces of water, it really engages your kidneys so that you're cycling that water through you, so you're getting rid of that excess water you might be retaining. So do that. Things like coffee and soda don't count, because coffee, the extra caffeine, and a lot of times most coffees aren't really coffees anymore. A venti iced caramel macchiato from Starbucks is, well, there's coffee in it, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff in it, right, too. So we have to watch that. And soda, let's remember about soda. If you're drinking a diet soda, well, then you haven't got the sugar, but you still have the same thing in both of the other, in a regular soda and a diet soda, you have a lot of sodium. Lots and lots and lots of sodium. So it's going to make you retain water. You actually are less hydrated every time you have a soda than you were before you drank it. And then remember that every 20 ounces of a full regular soda, like a Mountain Dew, a Dr. Pepper, regular Coke or Pepsi, as the equivalent of 1 cup of sugar in every 20-ounce bottle. So think about that. So water, hydrate. Keep yourself hydrated. You'll feel better. You, especially when it's winter time for us who are suffering through the winter right now. Keep your water up, because you hydrate from the inside out. Remember that you hydrate from the inside out. So the better you're lubricated inside, your skin, everything else like that, the more water you take in, the better off you're going to be. All right. Next thing on our tips for a healthier lifestyle, get active. People ask me all the time, what's the best exercise to do? You know what the best, I tell them, it's actually whatever you're going to do. So if you enjoy walking, go for a walk. If you enjoy, like now, if you enjoy going out for a walk in the snow, great. Snowshoeing, skiing. Do you have to go to a gym to get active? No. Would it kill you to go? No. But now with COVID and everything, let's just get active. There's lots of things you can do. I'm going to go through some other tips on exercise a little bit later on, answering one of the questions from one of our participants. So get active. Do something you enjoy doing, something that you like to do. That's the best exercise that you can do for yourself. get active, and move. If you have a Fitbit, use it, watch it, and push yourself just a little bit more. So if you're averaging 5,000 steps a day, all right, so the next couple of days I'm going to average 5,100, and then you just keep moving it up from there. So remember, the more active you are, the more calories you're going to burn. So calories in, calories out. So that's the key, really the biggest key to be able to try and lose weight is to get yourself active, but do something you enjoy doing. Next one is mindset. And I'm going to steal this directly from Weight Watchers. One of the pillars of Weight Watchers is, the 4 pillars of Weight Watchers actually are food, mindset, activity, and sleep. Mindset is huge. When we're trying to lose weight and stay healthy and get into a healthier lifestyle, we have to have the right mindset, because there's going to be days where it's going to get tough. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be meals. There's going to be weekends where, man, everything is just a free for all, right? And that's going to happen. But it's also called life. And that's why when I'm talking about losing weight and getting this healthier lifestyle, none of it is dieting. None of it is dieting. So don't feel guilty about having a piece of cake. Don't feel guilty for having a couple slices of pizza, because tomorrow's another day, right? So check your mindset. Don't beat yourself up. Be kind to yourself. And we're always not going to be perfect with everything. But why should we be? Because we want to be able to enjoy life. And life is having a nice meal, having a beer, having a drink once in a while. Who cares, right? As long as we're not doing it every single day and we're trying to lose weight and we're trying to get healthy. Be positive. Staying positive through all of this is really going to help you too. Because if you're stressed out about it, all of a sudden we're going to activate our cortisol, and it's going to make it harder for us to lose weight. All right, makes sense? All right, so I'm going to kind of get into some of the questions that we got from our game feed here to be able to help you out. And hopefully I can answer some of these, and hopefully maybe there's some that you actually put out there, or that you can relate to them. So first one is, I'm struggling to stay motivated. That happens. That happens to all of us. So motivation is key to everything as well too, but we have to self-motivate ourselves. We have to find something that's going to do it for us. I always say this is that eventually we're eventually gonna get our sign, okay? And what I mean by that is, comedian always says, here's your sign. Well, for myself, my sign came when I was over 350 plus pounds. I was in pain constantly, and my teenage kids had to help their dad's fat butt out of a recliner. And I remember that, and I remember this is a horrible feeling. I don't know if I'm going to be alive to be able to watch my kids graduate high school or get married and have kids, because I was fat, I was unhealthy, and I was in so much pain. That was my key, because I wanted to be active and see my kids and be able to do things with my kids. And the way it was going, it wasn't going to happen. So I got my sign, and I got it early enough. I was almost 50 when I got it, but I got it, and it struck home. So that was my motivation, was to start losing weight, getting active, and getting healthy. It's huge. It's going to be different for everybody. Maybe your motivation is you just want to be able to fit in the pants you used to fit in. Maybe it's going to be, man, I don't want to be winded every time I go up the stairs. Maybe it's going to be, I want to just feel healthy and not be ashamed to take off my shirt and go outside and do something. it's got to be something that's personal to you. So when that happens, you need to put something on your refrigerator, on your phone, so that every time you look at your phone, it's like, boom, it's your cover on your phone. If it's something that's important to you, put that on the refrigerator. So every time you're like struggling, you want to go for something crappy in the refrigerator, you got that picture of something you want to remember that why you're doing this for. And I'm always like, we need to make sure that it's something that means something to you, that's important to you, that'll help you stay motivated. So for the time constraints, that's a good way to get started. Staying motivated is find that key that's something important to you that'll help you through those tough times to know, remember why you started this in the first place. Okay. Next. Struggling with willpower, big time, right? There's always, oh man, someone just brought over a whole tray of cookies or brought over the cake, or I'm going out with my friends and everybody's going to eat certain things and I really am trying to lose weight, right? So now we have to focus on, once again, what's important to us. One of the things about, for most of us who have really struggled with weight, I've gained and lost over 600 pounds in my adult life. So I have done this yo-yo dieting thing plenty of times. So when we're food addicts, like myself, I'm a food addict, we can struggle with addictions of certain kinds. So I mean, it's either, it can be drugs, alcohol, gambling, and it can also be food. And one of the problems, if we're addicted to food or we have food issues, that's hard, because the other ones we don't need, but food we got to have. And so focusing on willpower, use that addictive thing that kind of that we have in ourselves to kind of move that for the good. Focus on being a little more addicted on, I'm going to eat really good. I'm going to stay active. I'm going to drink the water I'm supposed to drink. Focus on the positive things that we need to try to do, instead of focusing on, should I have that or shouldn't I have that? The question is, well, maybe I'd have a little bit of it, but I'm probably better off. And is it really worth it to be able to do it? Probably not. So rationalize it in your head, think about it. And when you go to a party, bring in something, for part of the willpower thing. If you go to a party or you go to an event, bring some food that that's safe, that that you maybe made, that you can snack on and you can eat. When you go out to dinner with friends and everybody's ordering all the appetizers and stuff, if it's your one day that you can have a little bit of a cheat meal, who cares? Have a little bit. But if it's not, and you're really trying to stay on focus, order something that that you can have, and have that. And make sure you get some extra water there so you can kind of focus on that a little bit too, until you get used to saying, I'm okay. So small things, stay focused on what you're trying to do. Remember, is that really worth it? Probably not. So those are just a couple of small things. There's a lot more we can talk about with willpower, but just remember, is it worth it to you? Yes or no? How much water should we be drinking? Hopefully I answered that pretty much. Try to at least get to half your weight in ounces of water. And once again, coffee and sodas don't count. One of the other things that I see a lot of, and I mean, I call it the devil's drinks, but like Monsters and your energy type drinks. Yeah, they're yummy, they're delicious, and you get loaded up on caffeine, right? But what happens about an hour and a half later? You're crashing down, right? And a lot of times I'll see that maybe they won't have another Monster, but now they're having a Mountain Dew. So zoom back up with the sugar and the caffeine, right? So beware of energy drinks. Beware of that kind of stuff that are loaded with sugar and loaded with caffeine. And another thing that I also does not count as water, unless you're an athlete and you're really sweating and you're really working hard, working out or something. Beware of the sport drinks like Gatorades and stuff. Remember that they are loaded with sodium, okay, and potassium and everything else like that. It's to help you to keep you from getting dehydrated. And if you're not sweating your butt off, all you're doing is you're taking in a ton of sodium. And once again, we're trying to lose weight, so we should be drinking water and not taking in a bunch of sodium. All right. Exercising outside of a gym membership. Great question. I think I kind of mentioned that before, and you definitely do not have to join a gym. You can do a lot of stuff at home. So once again, go for a walk. There's exercises you can do at home. You know, push-ups, crunches, sit-ups, planks, squats, using bands to be able to get a good workout at home. Another thing that I really love and recommend all the time is get on YouTube, and I happen to like, it's called Gymbox, Jymbox. Great program. You can get on there. It's free. All those videos are free, and you can do exercises from beginner to intermediate to advanced. But also, you want to go to a gym, definitely go to a gym and wear your mask, or depends on where you're at. So next one is meal prep. Meal prep, big thing with that is, first of all, figure out your meal plans that you want to have for that week. Figure out what you want to eat for the week. And then make a shopping list on top of that. Okay, so now you know what you're going to eat, you know what your meals are going to look like, and you don't necessarily have to pick all of your meals, but you need to have an idea on what you're going to be eating, or at least have an idea on what proteins and things like that you're going to make up. Then go shopping and then make up some of that stuff. Like for our meal prep, we shop on Saturdays, cook on Sundays, and my proteins, my chicken, my turkeys, things like that are already made up. If I'm doing brown rice or lentils or something, that's in the refrigerator, ready to go. Remember, if you're going to be successful at anything, you have to prepare. So if you're going to take a test, you got to study for the test. If the athletes are going to play in a big game, they got to practice for the big game to be successful. If you're going to be successful losing weight, you need to meal prep. Make up some of this stuff so it's fast, quick, and easy out of your refrigerator. All right. And then what programs are we doing? You know, once again, if it's a diet, I'm not doing it. But I do love and recommend Weight Watchers, WW. Jen will post in the program. She'll post a link so you can get a free month of WW to try that for free if you'd like to. Weight Watchers is great. It's not dieting. It's learning how to eat and use your food more wisely. And it's just helping you be able to become healthier without having to, diet. That's the big thing. You're just learning how to live healthier through Weight Watchers. Their app is amazing. The scanner app on it, the tracking your food, the helpful hints, the community, everything like that with Weight Watchers is really good. I really like them a lot. I'm actually a Weight Watchers coach. Calorie tracking apps, I can recommend two of them that are free. One of them is MyFitnessPal. Really nice program. You can buy some extra things on there if you want to, but the free app is great. My daughter is on it. I turned her on to that, and she is loving it and very successful on it. Also, if you have a Fitbit, Fitbit has a great tracker app on there as well too. Both of those have scanners to be able to scan barcodes to see what kind of calories there are and everything like that with it. So very good, and it also doesn't cost you anything as well. I don't see, Jen, I don't see any other questions from anybody else out there. So once again, we're going to try and do this. How often are we going to try and do this?
At least once a week.
Okay, so we're going to try and do this once a week for everybody. And I know that some people were asking to try and do some in the mornings as well too, but that's the nice thing about recording these. So we're going to put them out there for you. If you have any other questions, you can go through the game and Jen can help you out with that too. If you're looking for some personalized coaching as far as one-on-one basis, you can go to our website and look us up there, go to our Facebook page on Instagram or even Twitter and Facebook, and we'll help you out with that as well too. But try to cram as much as I could into a short time period here. And hopefully these will be some helpful tips for you. Once again, feel free to reach out and we'll help you guys out as best we can. We want your DietBet to be successful. We want everybody to get their money back and make it maybe, make a few bucks along the way. And we've had some really good fun and success with the DietBets and the step bets in the past. And we have a great community, and I know that we have other people that have been with us before and they come back. And so we're excited about this one, and hopefully this helps you guys out a little bit. And please give us suggestions for next week's topic. I'd love to be able to have some other stuff to be able to talk about as well too. So.
Awesome, and I'll post all of us in
there
the
you go.
game. So thank you to Dan for taking time, even being on the road to do this. And again, just watch the game feed for information about next week's session and throw out those suggestions for topics and we'll get that all arranged. So, all right, we'll see you next week, everybody.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, everybody. Bye.